Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm going to give you 10 designer fragrances for the everyday man, for the everyday Joe, the common guy. So I'm just the everyday guy. I have been talking about niche a little bit more as of late, so I'm trying to get back to my designer realm. I am like the queen of cheapies, as Ross is now the king, Mr. TLTG himself. He ended up passing me, but that's rightly deserved. So let's just kick it off with number one is going to be Kenneth Mankind Legacy. This fragrance here is more of a spring and summer fragrance. You will have fragrances pretty much for all seasons and different occasions. But this is just an everyday school or work scent. I think it's a great office fragrance as it's not really offensive. This is more of a woody, spicy fragrance than anything. Some of the notes that you're gonna get from this one here are gonna be cedar, clary sage, balsam fir. So woody, herbal, along with some rosemary to add it a little bit more herbal, but you're also gonna get that pink pepper or just a pepper accord. So it's an herbal, not overly herbal, but herbal, more woody with spices than anything. Great for spring, summer, once again, all around wear, just casual. Longevity off this one here's gonna be 5 to 7 hours. Fragrance number two, if you like spicy fragrances, perfect for the fall and winter, then Viktor and Rolf Spicebomb Extreme. Now this is going to be one of the more expensive ones in this list, and you can get this for about $90 Canadian, anywhere from 90 to like 110. So this is just a 50 ml, and then this one ended up costing me about 80 to 90 bucks. This one here is very similar to the original, but there's different notes that make it smell a little bit more unique and a little bit different. With this one here, there's black pepper and caraway to add that spicy nuance. There's vanilla to add some sweetness, but there's also a little bit of that lavender to add that freshness as well. I would think that there's some cinnamon to this one, some cinnamon or nutmeg, if anything, because I do get some of that feel. So it's more likely the caraway, but it does smell quite similar to the original. The original does have that cinnamon, but also the nutmeg. So it is a little bit different, but this one here is a little bit more bolder, a little bit more intense, and I love this one. I love both, in all honesty. But this is more of a fall and winter fragrance. It's great for going out, but I do think that you could wear it to the office and also to school. So more of a university fragrance, not so much high school, as it does have a little bit more, well, let's just be honest, it's a heavy, thick scent that I don't really think that many people in high school are gonna really like. But university all the way to grandfather, it's classy, but it's sexy at the same time. Longevity of this one here is gonna be 8 to 10 hours. Fragrance number three is going to be from the car brand of Mercedes, and that is MercedesBenz Man Private. So this one here, it don't get a lot of mention. This is a tester bottle. This is what the bottle really looks like. But this one here is like an ambery, woody scent with some spices. So the woods is going to be cypress, cedar, and cashmere wood to add that woodiness, and it's a very dense scent, especially with the cedar and the cypress. Throw in some cardamom to add a little bit of warm spices. There's some lavender, but there's also some labdanum to add a little bit of an ambery resinous feel. Again, so it's just a woody, spicy, ambery scent that's really mature. I think that this would be more appreciated from someone who's 30 and up. It's classy, it's a little bit more of a bad boy fragrance as well, so it would go great with a leather jacket and a black t-shirt. Not so much a white t-shirt because this might stain the white tee itself, but all the way to a tuxedo. It's a great signature, versatile fragrance for the colder seasons, and longevity off this one here is going to be 8 to 10 hours as well. Fragrance number four, let's stick with the car brand, but let's go with Bentley, and that is Bentley for Men Azure. This stuff is really good. So it's a little bit fruity with the tangerine, which adds something a little bit unique. It's a different type of citrus, but there's also that pineapple. But you're also going to get loads of violet leaf to make it a very airy, aromatic scent. But it's also a little bit unique because you're going to have a very spicy paprika note. Throw in some tea, some lavender, and maybe a little bit of woods, and that's it. This is just a fresh, herbal green scent with fruits and spices. It comes across as very rich, and you're only going to spend maybe $40, $45, maybe $50 Canadian at the most, but it smells more expensive than that. It's very masculine, very mature, but I do think that someone in their late 20s could rock it. And it's a great signature versatile fragrance. Like you could dress this one down to dressing it up. Daytime, nighttime, spring and summer. Longevity off this is going to be 7 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 5 is definitely a cheapy brand, and that is going to be Perry Ellis America 2019. Now, if you like Creed Aventus without the price tag, this is a good substitute. It's not the best one. I would say that Mont Blanc Explorer is the best. It's not in this list. I don't have a bottle, but this does have that pineapple and birch note. It's surprisingly a very nice scent, but there's also rose, other citruses, lavender, pepper, and amber. So it's pretty much Creed Aventus for guys that just want to ball on a budget. I think it's great for the young guys out there, so high school, university, and someone who's also like a grandfather. So it's pretty much ageless. It's a very versatile fragrance in my opinion, so if you like Creed Aventus, like Creed Aventus is super versatile, this as well, but it probably has a little bit more of a slightly more casual feel than Aventus. But for what you're getting, it's great bang for your buck. Longevity off this one here is going to be 6 to 7 hours, and it's great for the spring and summertime. Fragrance number 6 is going to be from the iconic brand of Gucci, and this is going to be made to measure by Gucci, alright? So when this one came out in 2013, it got so much flack. I don't know why, but this is actually a very solid scent for the everyday man. It has plum, lavender, cinnamon, nutmeg, amber, and juniper berry. So fruity, fresh, woody, and ambery. It's perfect for the spring and summertime. I do think that you could rock this in the wintertime as well. Very versatile. So if you only want a few fragrances in your collection, go with this one here. It's not gonna break the bank. You're only gonna spend about 40, maybe 50 bucks at times. This one here is a great versatile signature scent for the everyday guy who only wants a few fragrances in his collection. They still sell it at the Hudson's Bay, they still sell it at Macy's, I'm sure. So smell it before you just blind buy it. But it's a great fragrance overall. And the hate that it got then doesn't really get so much hate now. I think more people have kind of like taken a liking to it. But it's just a solid fragrance. It's one of my favorites from the brand of Gucci. But longevity of this one here is going to be 7 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 7 is going to be from the brand of Roberto Cavalli, and that is going to be Uomo. This came out in 2016. When I smelled it then, I loved it, and I still love it to this very day. This has a very beautiful honey note that adds something very unique. So it's a silky, sweet, smooth honey. There's hay, tonka, cedar, there's black violet, but also amber. This one has black violet to add some powderiness to it. There's also that saffron, there's tonka bean, but also some cedar. Great overall signature versatile fragrance for the everyday guy. If you want something that's sweet and playful but classy at the same time, this is what this one is perfect for. It's fall all the way to springtime. Not when it's too warm, but when it's still like 30 to 40s, perfect for that temperature. And longevity off this is great. I get anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. Fragrance number 8 is going to be from the brand of Ferrari, and that is going to be Radiant Bergamot. Now you can still get these relatively easily and for a good price tag. Unfortunately, the brand has, from what I heard like a long time ago, I think it was about a year ago, is that they stopped producing fragrances. So get this while you can. This one has a beautiful bergamot note, hence the name, Radiant Bergamot. That bergamot is radiant, it shines. It's very effervescent, so it really adds some pep to your stuff. But there's nutmeg, rosemary, moss, ginger, and I think that there might be a little bit of woods or patchouli. This fragrance here is more of a green, citrusy, herbal, warm, spicy kind of fragrance. Overall, it's fantastic for the spring and summertime. You go dress this to school. I think that someone in high school can rock it, but maybe someone in university might appreciate it a little bit more. But all the way to a grandfather. It's a great school scent, it's a great everyday casual fragrance, but it's also a great work scent. I do think that you can rock this with a suit and tie, but more of a suit and tie office environment. It's not really a semi-formal fragrance, but longevity off this one is going to be anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. And I love this one. Again, I used to plug this brand so much back in the day that Ferrari owes me a damn paycheck. Fragrance number 9 is going to be Dolce Gabbana's Pour Homme Intenso. When this came out in 2015, I didn't like it, but this one here, I actually surprisingly really like. So there's hay, lavender, tobacco, basil, clary sage, cypress, and sandalwood. This has a bit of a vintage vibe, but it's modern at the same time. I think that someone who's a little bit older will appreciate this one more than someone who's in their like 20s. So someone who's 30 and up, this is a great fall all the way to spring fragrance just like this. But when it gets like 50 and 60, oh, then it's time to put away this bottle and get something else. But very versatile, very signature scent worthy. It's again a tobacco, lavender, herbal scent. It has that fougere classification, and you're gonna spend anywhere from 40 to 60 bucks, and longevity off this here is gonna be 7 to 9 hours. And fragrance number 10 is gonna be Guerlain Homme L'Eau Boisée. This stuff is phenomenal. For what you're spending, you're gonna spend anywhere from 40 to 60 dollars Canadian. It smells more expensive than that. This is one of the most versatile, signature scent worthy scents that I have ever come across. And it smells, again, it smells more expensive than the 60 bucks. There's vetiver, lime, mint, grass, musk, woods, and probably like 2 other notes. This is just an earthy vetiver, green, minty, heavy in lime fragrance. Great scent. This is very versatile, very signature scent worthy, masculine. It does have a little bit more maturity to it, but I do think that someone in their mid-20s could rock it. No problem. Perfect for the spring and summer. Longevity off this, which is an eau de toilette, is phenomenal. 8 to 10 hours. And guys, that's it. I just gave you 10 great fragrances for the everyday man. So some of these might cost you a little bit more, such as this one here, and to be honest, maybe this one as well to some degree. So if you get like 100 ml, you might be spending about 70, 80 dollars Canadian. But with all these fragrances, you really can't go wrong, and they're really not gonna break the bank for the most part. So if you want to see some detailed reviews that I've done on these, they will all be down in the description box below. I don't think that I touched upon all of these, but I have really done most of them. What videos to watch next? And then why don't you check out this side here, and before you go, please make sure to give me one of these, as I really would appreciate it. I thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.